Good morning, Magic 100 listeners by radio and Forsyth cable viewers by television. This is the multimedia center of Monroe County. We are the communications giant. We own the Talladega tradition. Well, anyway, I've blathered enough. I'm Will Davis, publisher and editor of the Monroe County Reporter. I'm joined by news editor Richard Dumas and founder of this newspaper, Donald Daniel. Gentlemen, happy summer day to you.
Glad to be here.
I think I'm glad to be here. I'll make that determination after the show.
Okay. So will the viewers.
Yeah, they don't know they're happy to be here yet. We have to make them happy to be here by
Happy.
good cheer, our good conversation, and our knowledge and depth of knowledge of Monroe County activities. Richard, you've been doing a little self-analysis of the show. Did you find us on? Did you find us on worldwide?
I was our first viewer on YouTube. So if there's anyone out there who wants to make it number 2, please feel free to look us up.
You watched our.
Where is it? Did you say it's on YouTube?
Yeah, Forsyth Cable Net.
You watched
our producer Beverly Dawson told me the other day to watch it, and I took a good look at it.
You watched our.
He's got us a real cool intro and everything. It says Monroe County News, and it's.
You watched our show on the worldwide interwebs.
I did. We're huge in there.
Well, it's good to be. It's good to be as big as we are.
There's no telling what percentage I increased our viewership by.
How many autographs? Can you go to Walmart without somebody wanting your autograph?
Some days.
I tell you what, I think there's something we need to do on this show. I think we ought to get Richard to shave live on this show.
You have more facial hair than me. We're having a competition.
No. I think, you come in one day and Richard, the dude, is scruffy looking, and you come in the next day and I have to reintroduce myself.
Well, I want to
recognize him.
I keep the facial hair long on days to remind Will when I haven't had time to shave because of all my work.
Sounds like it. Well,
he's not far from the truth. And let's just, before we get off of hair, let me just put this on the table that I promised my son's soccer team, he's on his little travel soccer team, if they win every game this fall, that they can shave my head. So there you go. So if you see me looking like a cue ball,
I'm assuming there's very little chance they're going to win every
well,
game.
no, they move down to the lowest division possible. So
Uh-huh.
they should run the table actually, but
That'll be interesting.
I'm not too confident, obviously, that they're going to. Anyway, speaking of sports, Richard, last night you and I witnessed the kickoff of the football season for 2017.
Yeah, the whole state kicked off there at Mercer. We're the first game.
First game in the whole state.
Second year in a row.
Did they keep hosting other games after y'all played? Or?
They had one more last night. Jones County demolished Houston County.
Yeah, we had the better game. Didn't we?
Wow.
They
And
absolutely.
then
Houston County
there's
without.
games in Atlanta tonight and tomorrow night. So it goes on for 3 days.
Oh, and what do they call it?
The Corky Kell Classic,
Okay.
named after a famous coach in the Atlanta area.
That's right. That's right.
So
So Mary Persons has started off with a loss this year, is that correct?
0-1. We're
0-1.
below 500.
Who are they playing this coming week?
Jackson, the big showdown here, being here in Forsyth. Got a
That's
pep rally
called
the night
the
before.
Barefoot Bowl.
The Barefoot Bowl, yeah.
Yeah.
it should be a good one.
The backyard brawl, the real name of it.
Yeah.
I think again, I like my idea. The
Barefoot
Barefoot
is,
Bowl.
I mean, West Virginia and Pitt already have the backyard brawl. We're just
Yeah,
stealing
so I think we ought to go with barefoot ball.
I like it.
And the win.
I like it.
And the winner gets a statue of a foot without a shoe on it.
Gross.
Yeah.
But Richard's more level-headed than I am. I kind of get excited, and
Yes, you do.
and I don't
Richard
really.
was too hot to get excited last night.
Yeah. Apparently the air conditioner not working at the press box.
Yeah, it didn't work at all, and we had the sun shining through that window the whole game.
Did they just refuse to turn it on, or was it actually
I
broken?
think it was out for the second year in a row for the Corky Kell Classic.
Oh, you missed it last year.
I missed it, but I was told by other people in the booth this was not the first time this had happened.
This is like Donald Trump.
I was assured that Mercer games are much nicer. So,
They're not
Hey,
gonna work.
I'd like to get something clarified.
in fact,
This has been
certain journalists were hanging out in Bobby Lamb's office because he had his AC on.
Oh, he had AC.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let's clarify something. The taxpayers are not paying for the video board, is that correct? The Board of Education is not paying for it?
That's correct.
Well,
They have a sponsor.
they have a lot of hullabaloo going around town about the Board of Education going to pay it, and I think this is a good time to just correct it that, hey, the Board of Education is not using taxpayer
But
money.
at one point, didn't the school superintendent, Mike Hickman, say that if they got a certain amount of private sponsors, the board would contribute the final couple thousand or something like that? I thought there was some.
I
He asked them to
understood.
go out and find their own, and then if they needed
Yeah.
any extra money at the end, they would chip in.
Well, I will say that
But they may have found enough
they
private
found
sponsors that it's not.
Will Bennett and Bennett Financial Services, who plans maybe to open an office in Forsyth, they have an office in Macon. I know Will, a friend of mine, and he wanted to step up and really sponsor this whole thing, which is, what do we say, $60,000, $50,000?
Can't remember.
He wanted to be the sole sponsor. He'll have the
That's
entire
right.
sponsorship, and I want y'all Friday. I want y'all. I know you'll be excited. A lot of you going to the game. Watch our video.
Your
on the
debut
board.
commercial.
Yeah, Richard's seen it. It is dynamite. And, anyway, just stay tuned for that.
I'm going to tell you a story about Billboard. I was president of my senior class. And of course, I played football for 4 years. The senior class said, okay, what can we do for our school? I came up with the idea of a new billboard. A new scoreboard, and et
Right.
cetera. And they said, fantastic idea. Now, how are you going to raise the money? Well, at that time, as y'all are both aware, I may be too young to remember, is that communities had Coca-Cola bottling plants.
Yes.
And so I went to the Coca-Cola bottling plant manager and I said, what can we do? And he said, well, if y'all will sell Coca-Colas. So we sold over 8,000 bottles of Coca-Cola.
Wow.
And made enough, I don't remember the exact amount, made enough money to put a new scoreboard at Tiger Stadium in Swainsboro.
Terrific.
It's probably still standing.
They haven't upgraded it since.
No. But anyway, it was not the Board of Education, the taxpayers, nobody. The senior class raised the money and built the had the billboard construction. Of course, Coca-Cola was very dominantly on the front of the billboard.
And how did you lead your classmates there to be motivated to go do that?
I just
told
said, hey,
this is
get
the
your
deal.
lumber to work
Yeah.
and sell Coca-Cola.
And we'll put you in the paper if you don't sell them.
No. But anyway, we did raise enough money, and of course, it was not a fancy billboard. A fancy scoreboard, but it was nice. It was an improvement over what they had.
Good.
But anyway,
Well, this
so
will be an
that's,
improvement over.
that would be a good project for the senior class. Go out and raise money.
I don't think they're going to need to. I think Will Bennett has taken care of it all.
Well, that's great.
But anyway, back to the game Friday, Thursday night. Lee County is a 6A school, big school outside of Albany. And Richard, you well reported in the paper all of the talent they have on that team. A lot of college prospects. I did not expect us to hang in that game, and we came in there with only 4 returning starters.
Just
Yeah,
4 stars?
only 4 returning starters. Lost a lot of talent. I'm going to try to scan it down. Lost a lot of talent off last year's Final Four team, and I was very impressed by the way the Bulldogs hung in there.
As y'all can hear, we are right on with this is live breaking news.
Yeah,
That's
apparently.
Will Skinner going off saying that somebody stole the Kit Kat bar at Walmart.
Highly probable.
Yeah, highly
Yeah,
probable.
it was a very impressive effort by the Bulldogs last night, even though I think they ended up losing the total yardage battle by about 300. But
That's all the more impressive that we hung in
But,
there.
but a blocked field goal return for a touchdown. We had a touchdown catch that bounced off the defender's hands.
Yes.
It was it could have been bad, but
So
Lee
the,
County,
the defense is the one that did the scoring.
Well,
the special teams scored one, so
Special
the
teams.
blocked field goal return for a
Okay.
touchdown. And then the offense scored at the very end of the half on a ball that bounced off the hands of a cornerback into the receiver's hands.
And I told the principal, Jim Finch, on the sidelines, and I said, Brian Nelson has to be the luckiest coach I've ever seen. He just finds ways to win. And
I'm gonna guess the principal had no response.
no, Jim said he absolutely agreed. He said his dad, his father's on the staff now, says the same thing, that even growing up, that Brian has a certain, I don't believe in luck necessarily, but some people just seem to have a knack for finding ways to get things done. And
I agree.
And
I agree on that.
Nelson's teams have done that.
Well, he went for it on 4th down. I actually thought I liked the call. Had a chance to go up 10 in the 4th quarter, and the quarterback missed the throw. But that was really the one play of the game. I think Mary Persons would have won the game if they did the throw.
I know too. Get up 10 right there. That's ball
It would have
game.
been hard to
J.T. Hardis, the new quarterback, had a pretty good game though. Made some good throws, had some drop passes by the
Their
receivers.
top offensive weapon got knocked out of the game in the second quarter.
Yeah,
Quinn
Quinn
Wilson
Wilson.
put a lot more on JT than
Yeah.
would have probably been the case otherwise.
He had a fumble and then immediately hurt his ankle.
He got drilled.
Oh, did he? I didn't. He had better-
Are you in the press box or on the sideline?
I was in the press box.
You on
The
the
hot
side?
box. I was on the sidelines in the shade.
I covered a lot of all football games. I don't think I ever sat in a press box. Always covered the
I can see
sideline.
better up there.
Yeah.
Well,
keep
I would
stats.
always tell Coach Pitts,
They were
Coach,
for me last night. I still did it.
I would tell Coach Pitts, I need a couple of real good photographs. Get him to run to over here. And about a couple of plays later, sure enough, he would run right by the sideline and I'd get my picture. So that's how I got a lot of pictures on the sideline.
Knowing which way they were coming.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Coach Pitts would turn around and say, get ready.
Richard Dumas, sports editor, you're going to have a preview of the Jackson game this week and tell people what everything we need to know about Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know much. Is the time that we're talking about right now. They lost a whole lot of people too, just like we did last year. They had a team that made the playoffs 3 years in a row, and their core of that team graduated. So we'll see. They might have a new youth infusion, or they could be down. I don't know.
One thing you'll definitely need to report is that our backup quarterback situation is rather grim after the sudden departure of. I guess he will have to sit out at Technical because they can say, well, he never really played here. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that used to be the place to transfer because being GISA, you could just move right on in without having to miss any games. But now it's a little bit different.
Yeah,
So
George
What is GSIA?
GISA, Georgia Independent Schools Association.
Oh, okay.
We had a fellow named George Vinings that transferred to Mary Persons from up in North Georgia and thought he was going to be a backup quarterback, but he didn't get as much playing time as his father wanted in the scrimmage, and now he's at Tatnall Square Academy. So Bulldogs, I was told the other night, last night, that the backup quarterback is now Jimbo Finch. my neighbor, great kid, but I don't know if.
Are you laughing on camera about it?
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't laugh.
He's the son of the principal.
Yeah, son of the principal, and never played much football really. So I don't know. We're gonna Trip Moore, our other backup quarterback, he's left football for baseball. So we all need to. Every Bulldog needs to say a prayer for the health of J.D. Hardis.
Yeah, he got banged up a good bit yesterday too. So.
But all in all, the defense I thought did pretty well. They had that one drive where we gave up the go-ahead touchdown that really hurt. It seemed like they were throwing a lot of 10 and 15-yard passes there. That just
we were giving too much space on the outside, but then when we didn't, they would run by us. So
yeah, they had a pretty impressive receiving core.
They did.
Not necessarily catchy, but tall in size and speed.
They had pretty good hands too. It was definitely a game. If we played them later in the season, I think we could have won the game.
Yeah.
But at this point in the year, we weren't going to win that one.
Yep. Well, it was an enjoyable game and great to see football being played even if it's 93 degrees outside. Richard, you're voting for starting football in September?
I'm always for starting football as late as possible. But it was kind of humorous, and Daniel Shirley at the Telegraph mentioned, and it's true, in the press box that they have a GHSA policy that they can't practice in temperatures above 95 degrees.
Oh, wow.
Yet before kickoff, I think it was probably more than 95
That's
degrees.
a rule that
Yeah.
you can't.
After you said so many kids have heart
Well,
problems and
I guess they got temperature and lightning rules too, huh?
Yeah, I don't know how many schools actually abide by it because there's no GHSA official out there watching practice.
In the news, Don, anything really stand out to you in the newspaper that was interesting? We had a sock full of news this week. Where do you want to start?
Anywhere you want to, I'm game.
Well, we had a local man, a Forsyth gentleman. It was blasted all over the media that a Monroe County businessman was charged with bribery. Well,
I got one thing to say to you.
Well,
welcome to Monroe County.
Now,
I don't care if you did work for Bibb County. We are getting a track record here of political corruption that just seems to continue.
This guy,
it's still a perception that although he was head of the Industrial Development Authority for Bibb County, he lived in Monroe County. I think it's got something to do with the water.
I don't know. I feel like this guy probably just slept here. I don't think he really was involved.
I don't care.
I never met the guy. Most people I've talked to didn't know him. He lives out in the Deer Creek subdivision. His name is Clifford Whitby.
If the allegations are true, he's too busy to be in Monroe County.
Yes, he was very busy. He was very, very busy.
Yeah, a lot going on.
This fraud and this when I read the indictments, I told Richard this. I read the indictments, which detail the U.S. Attorney's Office details what this Clifford Whitby was accused of doing, and he makes. Remember, we had our 2 city councilmen went to prison for bribery.
And you had a mayor that abused his power.
This Whitby fella makes James Calloway look like a paper boy, small fry, because he was the champion of corruption. And if I were a Bibb County taxpayer, and I read how he was, he gave Dollyman, they used this is how devious and sinister they were. They created a shell company, a fake company, to funnel money. Found a lawyer in Tallahassee willing to put it in his escrow account and funnel $400,000 to Mr. Dollyman in order on a promise of getting $1 million a year for 10 years to Whitby's various what were the name of his charities? Making Dream,
Making Better,
trying to make
something like that.
Making Better, Promise, Making Promise, and Making Promise, and he had these just fraudulent entities set up. And so here,
the computer company contract.
It's been well reported that Bibb County Board of Education bought millions of dollars in software that never saw the light of day, was never used. It was all a scam. It was all the people getting rich off the taxpayers for nothing, using children and school children as props to feather their own nest. And it makes me angry. If I was a Bibb County taxpayer. The Bibb County School Board, Richard, have you seen the stories that they're going to raise taxes this year?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 2 or 3 mills?
Right. Well, dead space here. Yes, I've seen the story.
Well, that's for a fact. I mean, let that sink in, people.
I thought you were trying to ask Don if he'd seen it.
I think it's a criminal enterprise down there. It is literally a criminal.
Well, there's no
That's
question
good. They've got a
criminal
criminal enterprise going down there. All those people with children are going to move into Monroe County.
That's true. That's the way to look at the
So,
bright
hey,
side.
that's the bright side to look at it. You know,
every time there's a shooting or another corruption scandal,
somebody
in
moves to Monroe County. They move to Bolingbroke and become Bolinacans. They live in Bolingbroke and work in Macon, so
There were
they're
some people,
Bolinacans.
there were some people within the Bibb County school system that reported this. The financial comptroller
Yes.
did not want this to take place.
Right, to his credit.
Yeah.
Hey,
People
hey,
made sure that this
That
didn't
don't
see
make
the light of day.
that don't make a nitpicking bit of difference. It happened.
You don't have any sympathy for whistleblowers?
No. Yeah, I got a lot of sympathy for whistleblowers, but it still happens.
Don't deny
He can
it.
blow his whistle all day long. But if they don't,
People in charge.
that's right. If he can blow that whistle all day long, but if somebody doesn't do it, doesn't listen to the whistle, guess what?
If Bibb County re-elect, and I don't know how many Board of Education members in Bibb County are still there that supported Mr. Dollyman.
How many
Not
Macon Board of Education people live in Monroe County? Why don't you investigate that one?
That's interesting. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I had not heard that.
I haven't heard that either. I'm just saying you ought to investigate it. How many?
Look it up.
You know, their children probably go to Monroe
I
County
think,
School.
I think any of them did. But
Yeah,
sure,
I thought that was illegal, but then I thought bribery was illegal. So I was like, the law's not a big deal.
Well, I want to ask y'all something. Y'all covered, you got a big headline here about train wreck, but that has nothing to do with the train museum.
not this week.
But the Bibb County, this county line thing, I tell you what, this has gotten to the point of beyond disgusting. You know, it's as I have told y'all, this will, if whatchamacallit, Secretary of State rules in favor of Bibb, it's going to go all the way to the United States Supreme Court.
I want to make a prediction.
We've already made this prediction.
No, I want to revise prediction.
Okay.
I've been thinking about this.
Uh-oh.
I went up there to that hearing. Richard did too. We watched what Kim was up to. We know he's in the governor's primary. He'll be on the ballot May of 2018, which is just how many months away, Don?
6 months, 8 months,
8
12
months,
months,
yeah, 8
14
months.
months, whatever.
So, here's my prediction. There's a name. The next Secretary of State will be Josh McCoon out of Columbus, and he will be the one that ultimately decides this issue.
I'll tell you what, I'll place a bet on that right now, any day of the week and twice on Sunday. $5
$5 right here,
right
you
now.
saw it. Oh, we're gambling on the air.
McCoon will
Somebody
not,
edit this out.
He will not make a decision. It's gonna go all the way to the United States Supreme Court.
I think McCoon has a conscience. I follow him on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Okay. If
clearly
you ever
got a
known a
judgment.
politician that had a conscience, come on, man. Get real.
I've just decided that Kemp is just going to kick this can down the road as long as he can.
Well, my gosh, he's gonna rule in favor of Bibb County because there's
But he
more
can't.
votes. He's going to rule in favor of Bibb County. You say he can't, but he can. He can rule in favor of Bibb County because guess where all his votes are gonna be?
Yeah.
Monroe County ain't gonna vote for him, but Bibb County's gonna, all them people, all those people that go to, what's that sports, Bass Pro Shop, they ain't gonna vote for him.
All those hearings are keeping that Chick-fil-A across the street in business.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Great down there, man.
Talking about the sloppy Floyd building.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
Oh man, well, it's one of the interesting things that came out.
The most interesting thing of the hearing was that Monroe County's esteemed attorneys asked for
Hey,
30
you're
minutes.
you're using that word rather liberally.
A 30-minute break to prepare cross-examination questions, and then cross-examination lasted less than 15.
I guess that 30-minute meeting they decided not to ask whatever questions they came up with.
Richard and I went to the county commissioners meeting this past, what day was it, Tuesday? It has to go down in record as one of the most absurd and ridiculous county commissioners. I tell you what, the commissioner from here from Forsyth, what district he in?
One. Monroe.
He
He came loaded from there, didn't he?
No, he wasn't loaded. No. Anyway,
He thought he might have been loaded.
Yeah, he should have been loaded. It'd have made more sense. But we sat there, Richard and I just sat there and kept looking at each other. It's like, how much more ridiculous can this become? And it just continued, didn't it, Richard?
You know, we could.
Oh, Richard's not interested.
There were-
That's fine.
I got an idea.
There were a lot of people talking in that meeting, especially the District 1 Commissioner. He had a
I have an idea. We have a new adult beverage establishment right here on the square at the Pickled Okra opened its bar last week. Richard, you know that?
I did. I heard.
Um,
A concert there Saturday night.
Yeah, they did. And I wonder if we could turn our county commission meeting, not the morning meeting, because that would be a little difficult to do, but the night meeting into somewhat of a drinking game. And every
We
time,
go with the morning meeting.
and every time one of the commissioners says one of their buzzwords, everybody drinks. So when Larry Evans says Upson County, drink.
Or making telegraph.
Yeah, drink.
They was mad at him at this previous.
Oh, really?
Remember they wrote something in the paper that he didn't like.
Yeah. Sheesh. Well, you know, one of the great things about the Pickled Okra is, of course, it's owned by a city councilman, and well, it's partly owned by one of our city councilmen. And you know, they used to go after the city council meeting. A lot of the councilmen would go over and to the Grits Cafe and sip their beverage of choice. I wonder if Mr. Goolsby if the city council now is just going to go over and sip the bread. Yeah, go to the Pickled Okra. I guess somebody, anyway.
The commissioners need to do the same.
Oh, geez, no.
Commissioner
I'm going back to the
Evans,
commissioners meeting from that. It was just, Greg Tapley was very disappointing to me. He let Larry Evans ramble and ramble. I was telling Richard and Will this. Okay, I've got, in my column I say unattributed comments. Well, I think I have 14 comments made by Larry Evans and 2 by somebody else.
He had a lot to say at this last meeting.
He had a lot to what?
He had a lot to say.
No, he had a lot to babble about.
The situation with the tax money, the $150,000.
The IRS.
The IRS.
Oh, jeez.
Apparently Anita Bice, the county administrator, made the decision on her own not to have an assistant in the finance office. And Evans wanted to clarify the Macon Telegraph and said that was a commission decision, and he wanted to know that he had no part in this erroneous reporting by the Macon media, that he had no role in that.
He had a folder up there that he was referring to. You remember that?
Yeah, don't. Well, some of that's gonna be in the paper next week, so let's talk about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the paper next week. Y'all need to read Richard's story and read my
That's
column.
gonna be one of the better ones.
Oh, I think so too. Oh, yeah.
When the commissioners get personal and humiliate people in public, it always makes good for the.
That's good copy.
It just got to the point of, you want to walk out, but you can't walk out because you're in a state of suspenders to see what's going to happen
You
next.
couldn't walk out because me and you were the only ones left. by
That's
the
right.
end.
That's right.
Everyone else had walked
Hey,
out.
then they could have gone in an executive session and not even know about it.
You got to keep your eyes on them. Like the old saying is no property, women, or a wallet is safe as long as the Georgia legislature's in session. Well, it goes for
No.
county commissioners too.
Commissioner Tapley got an award though from the amateur radio operators of
Oh,
Monroe County.
that needs to be on the front
That's
page.
what-
I think you need
I
to
just
put
want to
that.
see Don's reaction.
You need to put that on the front page.
It's big.
Yeah.
It's big.
Does it even have a AM, whatever you call it, shortwave radio?
I have no idea. But
Let me give you speaking of the commission chairman Tapley, something that he has talked to me that he's very excited about. Are you
At the
aware?
train museum.
Oh yeah. You can apparently Georgia law. You can. I knew they had a thing where you could donate to a hospital's foundation, tax free now.
Mhm.
Mr. Tapley tells me that Don, let's say you owe $10,000 in taxes every year to the state. You pay. We all pay state taxes. You can direct your state taxes and send it to your local hospital.
critical act.
Yeah. So if he can get, all the hospital employees, all the county employees, plant
I
share
got an
employees to do it.
idea. You are running those foreclosures, those tax liens.
Yeah.
Okay. Why doesn't all that tax lien money, I think you said it was like $90-something thousand that you took? Why don't get that tax lien money and donate that to the
You
hospital?
mean whatever they bid on at the courthouse?
Oh, yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
But I'm just surprised that the state of Georgia has allowed people to send all their tax money to their local hospital instead of.
There's a certain cutoff. There's some parameters.
There's some paperwork to do.
It's pretty tough.
There's parameters on how much can be allotted for it.
Well, stay
You can't
tuned.
just say, let's give me all my state
I
taxes.
believe before tax year next year, before income taxes are due next April, there's going to be a big campaign.
Well, let me
This
ask one more
community.
question. We're getting short on
Should have a
time.
campaign
Are
before.
you going to do it?
Do what?
To redirect your state income taxes to the hospital?
No. No. All right, here's my question, okay? I forgot, now we're gonna come up with
You gotta
okay, we've talked about the county, we've talked about the city, and of course, very interesting thing going on with the city, which, I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that.
Well, I'll show our TV viewers a picture, direct picture Richard took of the old oak at the Forsyth Presbyterian Church came
That
down.
don't look like the old oak.
No,
That looks like
not, that's a little girl.
Oh.
This top one is the tree that came down, and Richard, this is very painful to us because I always park in the shade over there.
You like that
Did
tree?
they determine how, they said they were gonna count the rings on the tree and determine how old it was?
Yeah, Brian Steele of All Seasons Tree Service says it's 107 rings, which I would have thought it was more than that, but
Wow.
about a 100-year-old oak. So I hate to see it go down, but they said it was getting bad. The other thing I want to mention, our district attorney, we started late. Our district attorney is being deployed as of the spring to the Middle East, and he said he was totally shocked and blindsided by it, but he is going to be leaving for a year.
I tell you what, I am so impressed with Jonathan Adams.
Yeah, he's a great leader for our
I'm gonna tell you
community.
something, he's gonna make a difference in Monroe County.
I don't think he's going to stop at DA.
No, I do not.
We're very
No, I do
fortunate
not.
to have him. Also, this Friday night, Shane Bridges is playing at the Rose Theater doing a Merle Haggard tribute. So if you're a Merle fan like me, and why don't we just wind down this show? I'll sing a little bit of Merle.
No, let's stop. Hey, punch a button, dude. Dude, punch the stop button,
Thanks
please.
for joining us
Bye.
on the Report of the Radio. I will spare you, and you'll all be
Thank you.
happy listeners. Have a
Bye.
good week, everybody.